You know, have you ever glanced at a postage stamp, thought, oh, that's neat, and then just completely forgotten about it? Well, what if I told you that tiny little square of paper is actually a key that can unlock an entire nation's story? It's all part of this incredible living system. And today, we're diving into India's amazing philatelic ecosystem.
I mean, really think about that for a second. How do you possibly cram centuries of history, huge cultural moments, and even national ambition onto something that's, what, an inch wide? It sounds kind of impossible, right? Well, that's the very puzzle we're going to unpack. And trust me, the answer is way more fascinating than just a simple hobby. So, first things first, let's get on the same page. We're talking about philately. And look, if you're picturing a dusty old album in someone's attic, just erase that image. This is a living, breathing system. It's designed to preserve history, to educate people, and to spark real creativity. It's a whole world built on these tiny, incredible artifacts.
Okay, so where do you even start with a system like this? Well, it all begins with the foundation, right? The actual artifacts themselves and the network that makes them available to everyone. These are the absolute building blocks of India's entire philatelic world. You see, everything else we're going to talk about, the competitions, the museums, the whole community, it all comes back to two fundamental types of stamps. You can think of them as two different kinds of storytellers, and each one has a really specific, really important job. And here they are. On one hand, you've got your definitive stamps. These are the workhorses. Seriously, they're the backbone of the postal system, used for everyday mail. But they're also quietly telling a story of national progress, new science, new buildings. Then you have the commemorative stamps. Oh, these are the showstoppers, the storytellers. They're released specifically to honor historical events, cultural icons, national heroes. One is the steady rhythm of the nation, the other is its highlight reel. But what's the point of these amazing artifacts if no one can get their hands on them? This is where the infrastructure from India Post is so critical. They've built this massive network of philatelic bureaus in big cities and special postal counters all over the country. It means a serious collector in a metropolis and a curious kid in a tiny village can both hold the exact same piece of their nation's history. That is huge.
All right, so we've got the artifacts and we've got a way to get them to the people. But that's really just the beginning, because these stamps, they're really just a catalyst for something so much bigger, a passionate, thriving community. And here's the thing you've got to understand about philately in India. It is not some quiet, solitary hobby. No way. It's a shared experience. It's all about people getting together to celebrate, to learn, and yeah, even to compete, pushing the whole art form to new levels. And if you want to see that community spirit in action, you just have to look at events like IndiePex. This thing is like the Super Bowl for Indian philately. It's a massive national stage where collectors get to show off their incredible work, and it's where the public gets to see just how powerful and beautiful these little pieces of paper can be. What's really brilliant about these events is how they're always looking to the future. They aren't just for the pros. They're built to get the next generation excited, with school-level competitions and hands-on workshops. They actually connect the stamps to stuff kids are already learning: history, geography, art. And suddenly, it's not just a hobby, it's this incredibly cool, tangible way to learn. And while that community is busy building the future, it also takes incredible care of the past. Places like the National Philatelic Museum in New Delhi are basically the guardians of this legacy. They don't just hold rare stamps, they protect the entire history of India's postal system for all of us to see and learn from. Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. This all sounds wonderful, but a little old-fashioned for today's world, isn't it? Well, get this. This ecosystem isn't just surviving in the digital age, it's actually thriving because it's embracing technology. So forget any stereotype you have about a dusty old hobby. The collector in India today, they're browsing digital catalogs on their phone, they're buying rare pieces with a click on an e-commerce site, and they are instantly connecting with other enthusiasts from all around the world. The hobby's never been more modern or more connected. And the innovation isn't just digital. The system itself is always creating new things. India Post issues these special products, like miniature sheets or whole collections based on a theme. And these are more than just stamps. They're basically miniature works of art, designed to appeal to anyone who loves history, art, and beautiful design. So, we've looked at the artifacts, the amazing community, and the modern twists. But how does it all actually work together? Well, let's pull the camera back and look at the beautiful design of the entire integrated system.
This right here, this is the whole shebang. It isn't just one thing working alone. It's 8 powerful pillars, all interconnected. And the magic is how they support each other. The digital platforms make the physical bureaus even more accessible. The school programs ensure the competitions have a future. Every single part strengthens the others, creating this incredibly strong and dynamic ecosystem. It's a full 360-degree vision.
So when you see it all laid out like that, you realize this is so much more than a pastime. What India has built here is a powerful engine, an engine that preserves its own rich culture while at the same time connecting it with the entire world. It's history, art, and global diplomacy all rolled into one. And that kind of leaves us with one final thing to think about. In our world of instant messages that disappear in a second, what's the real value of a story that has to physically travel to reach you? A story that you can actually hold in your hand. In today's age, what is that worth? I think that's a pretty powerful question.